As Zenja draws back the knife, Ororo instinctually lifts her hands to block the blow, and as she does, lightning releases from her fingertips, and Zenja is electrocuted. Ororo is both startled and astonished that lightning had just left her fingers. She looks at Zenja's burns, and she remembers her oath to never take another human life. Ororo begs the rain to please come, to soothe and heal Zenja's wounds, and they do not answer. As she asks yet again, she is stopped by the bull, who has beaten his brother unconscious, and he commands Ororo to tell him where her prince was. She reaches out her hands in defense, and lightning releases from her fingertips once more. The bull laughs. He is actually impressed that this Wind Rider can channel lightning at such a young age. He tells her that once she is rested, she may even be stronger than the Wind Rider that had eluded his father over 30 years ago. He says that she may actually be worth even more money than his brother had realized. T'Challa descends from a tree behind Ruyter, but as he prepares to attack, the bull lifts Ororo from the ground, choking her with one hand. T'Challa surrenders, and they are both shackled in chains and boarded onto the helicopter. Once they are airborne, the bull explains that T'Challa, as the Prince of Wakanda, is the key to the vibranium, power, and wealth of the nation. And Ororo, the Wind Rider, is considered a living weapon of mass destruction. He says that she has the potential and raw power to create hurricanes, lightning, monsoons, and more. The bull says that his father believed, ironically, that vibranium, at the right frequency, could neutralize and maybe even control a Wind Rider. And if one controls a Wind Rider, you control Mother Nature herself. And with that kind of power, one could destroy or rule the world. He says that the South African Bureau of State Security will harness Ororo's power for themselves, and he will personally have the entire might of Wakanda, and together they will enslave the world. The sound of the helicopter covers the sound of Ororo opening her locks. Ororo whispers to T'Challa that if what the bull says about her gifts are true, then she has the power to save them both before they land. T'Challa quietly agrees, and he whispers to her to focus. And Ororo reaches out with her mind. She asks the winds to blow or even lightning to strike, but nothing. Ororo quietly tells him that she must try. She will not be a slave, and she will not let anyone else die today. T'Challa grabs Ororo and they kiss passionately, as if they will never kiss again. And the kiss gives Ororo an energy boost. T'Challa looks into her eyes, and he tells his white lioness that she is strong, and she is ready. Ororo breathes deep and thinks to herself in that moment that if they should die today, she is no longer afraid. For today, with T'Challa at her side, she will die a warrior. And she and T'Challa attack. And while they fight out of nowhere, Claude opens fire on all of them. He announces that he would sooner shoot the helicopter down and kill them all before he let his brother steal the Wind Rider from him. In the fray, Ororo manages to blast the bull with a bolt of lightning, and he falls from the helicopter, taking T'Challa with him. Ororo thinks fast. If they plan to harness her gifts, then she must be able to control them, all of them, including the winds. And she prepares herself to jump after T'Challa. Just before she jumps, Ororo reaches out her hand again, and she blasts Claude's helicopter with lightning. And she jumps just as the helicopters crash into one another. She screams for T'Challa as she falls. She begs the winds again to carry her, and nothing happens. So she decides to push her body faster downward through the air, desperate to reach T'Challa, and she eventually catches his chains. She begs the winds again, and T'Challa yells for her to control her gifts. He reminds her that they come from inside her, and that she is the walker of clouds. The winds will obey her. And Ororo stops asking the winds. She extends her will and reaches out further with her mind, and she commands the winds to carry them both. And the winds immediately blast upward, slowing their descent. And they land in bushes in the middle of a now burning Ethiopian village. Ororo jumps up straightway, lifts her hands, and she speaks to the sky again. She asks the rain to fall, and nothing happens. Again she cries out, and she tells the heavens to crack open and douse the flames, and she commands the rain to fall. And instantly the skies darken, crackles, and opens. The rain falls hard, and she reaches out her hand, showing the rain where it is needed, and the rain extinguishes the flames. With a loud cry, she commands the winds to lift her higher, and the winds obey. And the people in the village are astonished. To them, Ororo looks like a goddess. But to Zenja, Ororo is the devil, and she must die. Ororo screams for lightning, and she reaches out her hands, and lightning strikes from her fingertips. Ororo's voice begins to echo as she tells Zenja to run. And she floats in the sky with all the elements at her command.